eh? Thank you to Lewis and Jamie. Edinburgh, old Reekie. There's me in the back of a black taxi. Had to push out a little underbelly motherfucker that got in there before me. We were on the move before he even hit me. The taxi driver looks like he's got a bulb coming out the side of his head. He pushes the rear view mirror out to the side and he backs out the drive. Turn left to the bottom of the hill. I want to get a meat feast. What's that, a cheese feast? No, I said a meat feast. It turns out I've won the lottery. It turns out I've got tabs hidden inside my laundry. Hidden tabs which made it under the grid. They made it all the way from Japan. That's very, very good. Back up the road, into the drive, contraband. High five. So that was called I'm Back. I'm Back is kind of a prequel to this next poem. It's sort of set after I got back from Japan. And this next poem very much draws from my time in Japan. It's a bit less brash, and this is called I'll Go Down to Nippon. Looking around me, all these people. I'm a fragment of their lives in the grand scheme of things. Ah, I can feel the freedom. I can taste the freedom. Getting out of the house for a few weeks. Here's to the mysticism of it all. He's got the strong arms that a heavyweight boxer might have. He's drunk. He's sleeping. He's the pilot. Show me the sentient buffalo video. I want to reach for the stars. We should go to Golden Gai. Getting cozy in the tiny ramshackle bars of Shinjuku's literary and artistic hangout spot. That's perfect for us. We're literally artistic. Do you want to get loose tonight? Yeah. I said, do you want to get loose tonight? Yeah. Nah, I don't want to get loose. Okay, well let's go to the Metropolitan Government building then. Reading relaxing poetry in an ambient haven 8 floors above Shinjuku's red light district. That's a single-use ticket, mate. You're trying to get several tricks out of one trick pony. Good luck with that, mate. Always take the stairs. 53 floors of carbon-neutral content. Hostel lethargy. 3 sleepy studs missing most of their movie. Louis Vuitton. They look like they've been spending dough. Solo research ventures. Sacred images of ancient Japan. Stoic samurais, warlords of court nobility. Curving statues, Buddhist deities radiating light. 5-story pagodas. Interiors not for public consumption. Contemporary artists meditating on the modern world using the modern medium. Ineffable temples charged with belief, unified by serenity. Comfortable silences, reflective spaces always around the corner. Sleeping anywhere without being a spectacle. Waking up and seeing Japanese men sleeping on the lobby's chairs too. Japanese spirit and Western knowledge. Perfectly balanced eyebrow-raising consumerism, mixed with humble courtesy. Contrasted against angry weapon man and Leith. Sat with a pint, wrestling with the degrees of his entitlement. The stairs at Tokyo's National Museum mimic the ones at the foyer of Edinburgh College of Art. And the Samuda River isn't so different from the Clyde. I wouldn't jump in either. Have you seen the rats? Don't drink the blended whiskey, all the barley's imported. I've heard 70% of Glenmorangie's barley is exported to Japan. Get the single malt stuff. We all met in Dundee, but I'm from Edinburgh. Glenn's from Fife, which is in between Edinburgh and Dundee. Frankie's from Dundee, and Dan's from Liverpool. Have you ever been to Scotland? Ah, you should. It's beautiful. It's very small, but it's beautiful. If you go, you should go to Edinburgh and Glasgow. But you should also go up north. It's very mountainous up north, and we have lots of lochs, natural bodies of water. And we have about 282 mountains. My postcard reads like the abundance of a Chagall painting. It's like a party, whereas yours is like a Wikipedia article. Getting wheeled about from gaff to gaff like some sort of commodity. Approachable, generous faces all around me delighted to eat their food. But here's not home, though there's so much I'll take with me. Fondly musing the wholeness of Ben Lomond, humming the parting song, watching Local Hero on the plane home, comparing the rolling marshes of Ranach Muir to the plains of Inner Mongolia with a passenger from the Middle East. Be patriotic with humility. There's no need to be chauvinistic. You might have noticed the illustrated zine which I was using as an aid to recite that one. So it's £3. It's £3. If you'd like to buy one. There's more. This next poem. Calm down. This next poem is a bit of a throwback. I performed this poem regularly during my degree show in 2017. But I find that now it's kind of more potent than ever. So it's called Fresh and New. All Gotham's extraordinary men walk together. A gang united against the evil of Galavan. Theo Galavan is psychosis bitter over an attack on his family hundreds of years ago. Nostalgia. All ideologies are nostalgia. Mark Gonzalez, Ferris Bueller, and Jonathan Meese know what I'm talking about here. Awaken, struggle, overcome, and accomplish, repeat. This ideology might be nostalgic, but at least it's self-fulfilling by its cyclical momentum. I enjoy swimming, but I'll never spend more than an hour in the pool. Facts astute, complacency corrupts synchronicity, and it's the biggest trap in the whole world. Fresh and new. Last night, me and the boys made an album. It's really nice stuff. The next one's going to be called Alessi. What no clouds means to me is a nice clear conscience. I love the way Dundonians say ready. What do I do for work? Just roll around on a scooter and build dens and stuff. Fresh and new. I'm wholeheartedly invested in the Wild Haggis Conservation Society. If you manage to write these 3 essays when you get back, we'll break bread and smoke crack. Just kidding. My bubbly buddy Steffi May in her lilac floral romper pose with the lilac frame I've made that contains my creative output. Sometimes I'm closer with God when I'm alone, sometimes one of the people. Just get out there in the garden and play your guitar, man. Be at one with nature. The side effect of the prototype soap is that it will turn you into a tree or a leaf. If you spray it on a bush though, you'll watch that bush flower and flourish fresh and new. In terms of social media, I operate exclusively on the gram. I have grown attached to the chair. I hope I don't have to leave it behind. I know I've got a big ego. I really don't know why it's such a big deal though. Batman and Joker are the same, that they're both vigilantes that don't adhere to the law. But is Joker the one that's truly free? I think he's the opposite. Nothing is true, everything's permitted. Given that you don't put on Dr. Fate's helmet. Nothing is true, everything's permitted, but don't torment your speakers. Nothing is true, everything's permitted, but pay attention into the resonance of your acts and don't follow them through if their intention is negative. Just trying to get to grips with my skateboard pedals, fresh and new. Dreich day yet phosphorescent studio. There's this small 1-year-old kid that gets 21 grand a year just from recycling. My friend Glenn has good ears, good soft lobes. I had a vision for here, but now that I'm here, I want to do something completely different. How do you woo girls in red dresses? Bench presses, enthusiasm, private funds. I'm not being nice to you, I honestly quite like you. Chief James Gordon stands at his breakfast table with partner Lee, enjoying a cold beer after a long, hard day. Clear conviction, bold Stephen sleeps still with the sun cast on his body and face. Looking azure at the bright blue sky, waving goodbye to blue Dynaco. Signing myself off now with a penguin emoji and a pair of footprints. One more, just one more. I know this one off my heart. Handy. This one's called Mr. Whippy. It looks like all we've got is what God gave us. You're perfect, like a little pile of chestnuts. Subway, really pushing the boundaries of what Scran can be. The heroic act of life ever battling against entropy. Think big, think huge. Thus spoke Zarathustra. Dropping a neon lighter into a neon drink which I've hidden inside my jacket. I watch you take someone else's drink off a table and hand me it, and I thank it. Conscious of the harms of capitalism and that no matter how many lies, things I possess, narcissism isn't good. There's no getting away from the marks inside. Choosing the righteous path is right. Volume of praise and volume of recognition means nothing. Nothing. So strive to be light and do the right thing. The stillness of a poor man's room and the calmness of his hand is a truly rich brand, rather than the agitated grimace of a swelling gold band trapped hand in a lonely celebrity's prison. Is it real love? Is there joy, light and abundance in what you are doing? Thank you and good night.